Sorry about that. I was just doing some last moment corrections. Raynad is back. I'm kidding, guys. It's Benjamin Breaker Novotny over at Mixbot TV. Now, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in for today's second match. It's going to be between Mongolz and MVP.Project. We've got about 8 seconds left on the warm-up time, so let me go ahead and correct the in-game volume. Just kidding. A bunch of people were calling me Raynad earlier, so I just thought it was a nice little laugh or two there. But let me check and see here, make sure we've got in-game sound. Actually, you guys didn't hear me with the headset just a moment ago, so yeah, sounds like we do. I can hear the ambient and such. So the Mongolz, most notable thing about the team right now is they do have a stand-in, 2 stand-ins, it looks like, unless maybe Liquipedia is not up to date on their roster. We actually have Dobu and Kanimad. There is no machine gun today. You know, the one-man army, he's just not here today, unfortunately, but looks like MVP.Project is going to be eating them alive in the knife round, only losing 1 guy. And with that, they'll take advantage of the choice of side to swap to CT side, and this could be catastrophic. I don't know, I mean, like, to be perfectly honest, we've, you know, of the original roster that I remember seeing for Mongolz 5 months ago, 6 months ago, of those players, I only see Togu and Zulkenberg here in this very match. Sorry about that. That was not supposed to happen. Let me go ahead and correct that. Voice enable 0. There we go. I was like, what on earth? Did I get caught on? Did someone put me on TeamSpeak or something? What on earth? Okay, so I just turned off voice enable. I had my multiplayer configuration going, but now it's fixed. Apologies. And for those of you who are watching from Korea, thank you for tuning in. So MVP.Project, very big brand name team. I'm not sure about the training environment that they have, but it looks as though we have a couple of roster changes on their side as well. So pretty big CT stack onto bomb site B, but the Mongolz, like, it's almost a completely empty bomb site A. Where are they going from here is a good question. They are heading mid to B, it would appear. And Rinda, looks like he's gonna catch an unlucky Zulkenberg right now. HHSK is gonna score 1 through the smoke. Hits a melon 2 element, triple R, quadra R, whatever. Oh, he goes through there and he gets smoked, unfortunately, after getting 1 return frag, and that's MVP.Project taking the round. This is, I don't know how else to say it, just, I think that's a pretty big surprise, to say the very least. Of the original roster that was here 6 months ago, I only see 2 players. That is Togu and Zulkenberg, but not to downplay them by any means. There are still a potential of at least 15 more rounds to play through coming in for the Mongolz. That's going to be a smoke coming in to A main along with a frag. Element's gonna just, I mean, he's gonna be discouraged from actually making an entry at this point, but who on earth knows? We've seen a lot of teams come back after losing the pistol round, so just give them a few minutes. That's all they'll need. If not a few rounds to bounce back from this, but the good news is if they can take any frags here on the post-pistol round, they will definitely set back the CT side, because it looks like those are full buys coming in from the MVP.Project side of things. Wouldn't call it like it's the law of the land, but they are pretty expensive buys. As you can see, they're left with less than $1,000 a piece. When I'm solo queuing myself, I would like to typically just go in with an SMG and a couple of flashes, but this is already looking like a decent hold coming in from the MVP.Project side of things, and unfortunately Zulkenberg and Dobu were the only ones who were able to get frags. Unable to salvage that second M4, and that is going to be HHSK. I'm sorry, not HHSK. No. I was completely wrong. No, he had an SMG in hand. So it's going to be again 2 M4s and 3 SMGs coming out from the CT side. Again, just want to make sure the audio settings are correct. Yeah, it looks like we're good to go for the time being. Huge B stat coming in from the Mongols. Very nicely timed pop flash coming in, and they're all over bomb site B. All they have is Glocks, but that's all it takes to take down Rinda after he gets one frag. It's going to be Sign coming in now from B main, but the collapse coming in, I mean, the goal here was essentially accomplished. It was obviously to get the bomb plant at the very least. More power to them if they could win, but Mongols are going to have a little bit more money going into their pockets for the rifle round. Yeah, check that and just add, what do we think here? Well, we'll see soon enough. Look at that. Enough for full buys if everyone's going with AKs. So, that being said, we're going to be seeing the full buy coming out from the Mongols, and the question is, will this work for them? They have to put a stop to this at some point, right? I'm not entirely sure what the situation is at hand that puts Machine Gun off of this match, or out of this match. But right now, MVP.Project at a 3-round lead. And this is Mongol's chance to stop the momentum that they've gathered. Even if they can't win, if they could bring it to, you know, like, just one man standing for MVP.Project and a victory for them, then that still eats up a lot of money from the CT side. And just look at HHSK here. I mean, he's still going with the UMP. He's got more than enough money to put in an M4, but I think he might be, you know, potentially this could be a play for him to bank some money, and should Sign go down this round without a salvage on the AWP, for example, he'll be able to purchase one and drop him. Just theoretical and possible play. Alright, so utilities being exchanged, but HHSK getting aggressive up mid. He's going to get away with an AK in hand, and that's going to be a refrag coming in from Dobu. So nicely done. And dueling against Argency. Argency will come out on top. It's 2 versus 4 now. I mean, if the bullets land correctly, then we could see Zuckerberg get away with a double kill here. Through smoke, he can't hit the target. And that is now 2 versus 2. He's going for the plant because pros don't fake. But he is shut down by Rinda, and looks like this is around that, you know, it's expensive, but I think the bomb defuse bonus will actually give MVP.Project, you know, kind of a balancing act of money. Yeah, I mean, basically everyone on this team here has close to enough money for full buy and utilities. Of course, Sign might be the odd man out. He may request a drop. Looks like he's hesitant to spend that money for the time being. Yeah, never mind. His teammate salvages the AWP, so that's what's going on here. All right, so Mongols look like they're stacked towards mid and A for the time being. Very nice anti-aggressive play coming in from Dobu. Gets his team up 1 man with the, I guess you'd say, almost natural firepower advantage that they have. The real X factor here is the fact that Sign has an AWP in hand. Pop flash and entry into Squeaky. Nicely done with the coordination from Sound and HHSK. Whereas Machine Gun is a very good question right now. I think his team is very dependent on him at the moment. 1-man army on this map, but that's going to be Dobu getting 1 refrag, Sound getting another to his name. He's unable to make it a triple before the round is over, but it's going to be Sign shutting this down just a little bit. The key point here is not for the T's to get over aggressive. No, it looks like, I mean, at this point I think Sign is waiting for Rinda to get into position, and that is very nicely done. Solid reflexes coming from Element, but Sign's going to win that duel, and he's also going to get the defuse, so expensive win once again. So, you know, you can't really say that MVP.Project is earning money off the backs of these wins, because what happens when you have 5 guys and you get 5 kills and the bomb defuse, then you get $1,800 altogether. But when you've got, I mean, like, as a team, but when you take the bomb defuse win which is 3,500. Then you multiply it by 5, then you get 1,750 plus 1,800, 19,300. But when you look at Argency, HSK, Sound, and Rinda, what it takes for them to buy full utilities and what is it? What it takes to buy full utilities and rifles is more than $20,000. It's pretty close to 22,400. So they actually lost money off the back of that round. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but no matter how you cut it, even though they won, they still lost money. So I mean, Mongolz, in some ways, they are kind of bringing it back just a little bit. You can see the bank here. But nice opening, nearly double? Not nearly double. Sound only lost 26 HP off of the spray carry from Element. Does Q and a big rotate, and a nice push-in flank from Zokenberg. Nicely done. HHSK will discourage Togu from that entry at A. A main. Dobu going in, just jumping through, and that's going to be Kanimad helping out. Refrags and the trades are, the Mongols, they're on top, they're on top in this situation. So it's 2 versus 1 now, as the defuse is going to, or rather the retake would probably not quite be attempted here. But Sign he's pushing forward. Is he getting aggressive with these exit frags, or does he want to win this? Looks like he does reveal Dobu's position, and Kanimad is actually in the correct position to intercept, and that's exactly what he's going to do. So Mongols finally put one on the board for themselves, and look, see, this is what I'm talking about. There's only one player with enough money on MVP.Project with enough money for a full buy. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? This is the power of making an expensive win and trying your damnedest every single round, if you're on the Mongol side of things. So MVP.Project gets to 5 rounds, and then we see Mongols turn it around. Maybe. Can they keep up the momentum again? Like, can they get that second win that they need? Conversely, in the position of Mongols, they actually got a little bit of profit off the back of that round, because you need 4,700, and they lost 3 players. So 3 times 4,700 brings it to 12,000 plus 2,100 brings it to $14,100. Off the back of that round, they made about $3,000 profit because elimination win times 5. That's 3,250 times 5. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. You get 150,000 plus 250 times 5. That brings it to 16,250 in total. Then you add in the eliminations, and that brings it to, and the bomb plant, and that brings it to about a clean $18,050 in terms of profit. If all of the kills were made with AKs, of course, not AWPs, for example. But MVP.Project certainly off to a good start in all of this. The question is, can they shut down Mongolz after that first win they got? Oh my god, I mean, HHSK just making a double kill here with that Mag 7. He puts $1,800 in his pocket. I gotta ask a question, like, who makes money killing terrorists? Is that Blackwater or something? Yeah. Zokenberg, he's looking for it, finds it. And that'll be 2 refrags coming in, again, from Kanimad. Better do this economic calculation on screen as well. Mate, math is strong. As long as it's not algebra, I can do it. But MVP.Project, it's just like that early lead coming in from the Mag 7s. The Mag 7 kills from double HSK. I mean, he really carried his weight there. Although he went down, the kills that he made basically paid for his weapon. I think he made some kind of a drop there. But it looks like, okay, it's an AWP that he's taking this round. It's not going to be signed with it in hand. Frags-wise, thus far, we can see that Sign is actually carrying quite well. And HHSK, well, I mean, he's like, hey, can you give me the AWP this round? I want to try my luck. So if there's a double op setup coming in at any point on this map, I would imagine it would be for Sign WoW. But Mongolz definitely set back big time by the economic reset that they encountered. They are getting in, they are trying to get the bomb plant, but the drop is real. They still managed to make 2 kills with Glocks only. Got an M4 in hand. HHSK manages to make a frag with a fragmentation grenade. 3 versus 3 is the name of the game. 2 M4s in the hands of those Ts, and Togu bravely distracting the enemy team while the bomb gets planted. It's going to be Sign WoW, and now last man standing Element will be taken down, so... I mean, like it or not, the sad reality of the matter is, in this round, Project, they only essentially lose. If we're talking about 2 meta full buys, Argency and Sound there, them going down cost them 5,600 apiece. So you bring it to 11,200, and then basically the diffuse win formula, and then you've got about $19,000 in profits. The team gained about $18,000 altogether in economy. It's great to have 2,000 viewers. 안녕하세요. 이름이 브레이커예요. 믹스버트에서 캐스터가예요. Sorry, my Korean's not that great. 전년 대구에서 공부했어요. 경대. 치즈 라면 천만 맛이 있어요. Sorry, my Korean's not that great. I really like cheese ramen. That stuff's great. I can't get enough of it. Okay, so big stack at mid coming in from the terrorist side. That fragmentation grenade that I just missed the name of, I think it was Sound who tossed it? Did significant damage to some of these guys. But holy, the opening entry into mid, and now the play for, is it going to be vents? Is it going to be vents? We don't see a commitment to one side or another, but now we have Kanimat just poking forward into checkers. Can I speak Thai? Not at all, I'm sorry. I can say thank you, but that's it. And that's going to be Rinda slowing down that entry, trying to get a second one to his name, but it's going to be Element getting that trade in, avenging his fallen teammate. Sogu did not go down in vain, but on bomb site B, they will meet resistance in the form of Sign, and he does take down a player and a half in his name. Molotov's going to slow down HHSK. He actually takes way more damage than he should have from that Molotov. I mean, it may have just been, how do I say this, like misperception or something of that nature, but yeah. 사랑해, 사랑해. I love you too. Mwah. H1Z1 reference, anyone? It's alright. You guys should watch some more Curvy Llama. She's a very funny streamer who plays H1Z1, really. But now, I mean, HHSK, he's struggling for dear life, and this looks like it's going to be a second round that goes to the terrorist side. Detonation win plus 4 eliminations, bomb plant 1,500. You talking about $19,000 in total profit. Overall liabilities ran up to about 9,400. I'm not a Korean caster. I wish I was, because those guys are like superstars, really. Yeah. Some friends of mine some bilingual friends of mine who watch Korean casts and watch English casts tell me typically that they like watching the Korean casters more because they're always excited. Always excited. Like, it's like acting. It really is, being a caster. Whoa, what's this? Is Sign getting aggressive up mid? He is. Let's go to Sign TV, see what he's doing. He spots one, or was he spotted? Wasn't able to make anything happen with that. Of course, with MVP.Project being on an eco round of sorts, you gotta get sneaky, really, to make something work. Sound shut down, and now HHSK, well, I wouldn't say nearly alone at B, but Argency there, he's in vents, and terrorists are confidently on bomb site A now, so they can get the bomb planted without any losses, but whoa. Was that a leg shot? It looks like it was. Argency finishes what his teammate starts, and now they've been spotted. It's gonna be a struggle for dear life. Hitting the foot once again. This is just not a pleasant experience if your name is double HSK. Oh boy. Hunted down and unfortunate, but it looks like, are they gonna get the AWP out of that? Looks like they don't want it. They just wanted it out of the hands of double HSK. So, I mean, MVP.Project at 7 rounds to the 3 of Mongolz thus far. I mean, I don't think it'll come down to this, but I don't, how do I say this? I could see MVP.Project, I could see this going either way, really. I mean, Mongolz right now, the roster that they have, it's difficult to predict because they've got 2 stand-ins, if I'm looking at this correctly. We're talking about, of course, Machine Gun going missing in tonight's match, almost, I wouldn't say inexplicably, but yeah. Oh, here we are. Mongolz off to a nice start with this round, of course. MVP.Project not having the best firepower in the world. No AWP. Rinda is on a FAMAS, and Kevlar no helmet. He can hear the jumps now, surely. Togu getting the opening frag. Oh boy. And it looks like he will be refragged, but not before getting 86 HP off of double HSK, if I read that right. Yeah. No. Oh, I didn't read that right. That was actually... Did I? Yeah. Oh, wait, I did. Sorry. Okay, so Zuckerberg gonna get 1, 2, and now it's 1 versus 4. Sign wow. A man against the world. Well, Mongolz bringing it back, and it looks like MVP.Project are going to go back to something of a quasi-buy at best. Okay, well. Smoke up mid coming in, and that kind of, in some ways, it dictates to me that Mongolz, especially with the present setup, it's looking like mid A main, possibly highway main, highway A. But that's Zuckerberg already getting the first frag at checkers. It makes me wonder, do they want to play off of that? But they have to be very careful not to fall into the tarps everywhere that MVP.Project may have. Sogu, that was just, I guess you could say, bad timing from HHSK. Sound getting spotted by 2 very different strong players, but now it's Sogu. Yeah, is he going to get a 4K? It looks like he might just do it. I don't know how to make this. I don't know how to make this sound exciting, guys. I really don't. And it looks like he is. Yeah, only upgraded pistols, long distance, rifles versus pistols. It's almost a no-brainer. You basically got to land that Juan Dig, otherwise you're done for. Alright, so... I think this is the point where MVP.Project is starting to hit their max loss bonus, because at last we saw it was like 7-1, and then Mongolz just started to get a 4-wound win streak. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting wabbits. I'm kidding, guys. Alright, so 4-round win streak can contribute a lot to MVP.Project. But wait, what is this? Oof. Kanimud gets 1. He's immediately traded by HHSK. Back to 4 versus 4. Those sneaky tactics worked a little bit, but they're back on even ground with a 4 versus 4. But wait, big entry. The rotate there came a little bit too early, and now we've got Rinda in heaven. Zuckerberg shutting down the remaining rotation, and this is just bomb site B belonging to the T's. There it is. This is starting to remind me just a little bit of CFG, where we saw the Mongolz, Wings, Tailu, and there was one other team I forget the name of, but this one was from mainland China. Right, so what happened at CFG was Mongolz went to the LAN, obviously, and there was one map where they were playing against Wings, and it was actually Cash, now that I think of it. They managed to get a 7-round lead over Wings, and then all of a sudden it just bounced back out of their favor. Wings just they came back, and not only did they take the first half, they took the map. So here we have Kanimud. It's just not looking pretty. Well, it looks like maybe Mongolz have found their footing. Maybe it was perhaps a little bit of nerve issues for some of the newer players. Let's get a look and see how the subs are doing right now. Dobu actually not doing too bad. Kanimud, just dragging his feet a little bit, but everyone does from time to time. I feel like there's some new faces on MVP.Project that I haven't seen before. I know Sign's been on the team for a long time. I can't say that I remember Rinda being on the team. I do remember Argency being there. So it looks like they may have had 2 roster changes since I last saw. Do forgive me if I am making an erroneous assessment. Now here we are. It's going to be, I mean, this is essentially the last round of the first half, and it can go either way. Full buys coming out from both sides. MBP.Project using their utilities very passively, but Zilkenberg finding a nice angle to take down Sign, and that was like well, arguably the top fragger on the team. Now Sound's gonna bring it back by taking down Dobu. On site, it's going to be Argency up at bomb site A, very close to Red Crate. And Argency is rotating off of Highway now. They're at mid. And they're creeping their way into a main at this very moment in time. Oh boy, here we go. Rinda does bring it back to 4-3 in favor of his team, however. But that was from a player that was not at bomb site A or headed towards it. You got a little bit of information, and that's going to be Element bringing in a flank. And if we're not careful here, we could actually see San become mincemeat. Indeed, that's the case. Back to 3-2 in favor of the Mongolz. Last round of the first half, no benefits for saving, rather, if you are MVP.Project, and now they've got to play for the retake, and that's exactly what they're going to try and do. HHSK with the AWP misses that first flick. He's looking for the second one into Kanimad, can't quite find it. Conversely, Kanimad couldn't find a headshot onto his Opper. HHSK does manage to get one. He's looking for another. He should know there's someone behind that box. He walls it! He switches to the, oh my god, the P2000! And he takes the last round of the first half on behalf of MVP.Project. So, you know, they kind of get a leg up going on to the terrorist side. I think this is anyone's map, really. I mean, stopping to examine this for a moment, I feel like Mongols are kind of at evens now. Not at odds, but at evens against MVP.Project. What on earth is with this? What is with Twitch today? Okay, there we go. The 1v3 retake, it technically was at that one moment. Once you stop and think about it. Kanimad, he shut down the retaker coming in from Highway, and then it just all happened. But there it is now. 4 Kevlars, the P250 coming in from MVP.Project. 1 flashbang and a decoy in terms of utilities. 5 USPs, 1 utility man coming in from the Mongols. But that won't be enough, as Sign does get the opening frag of the round. Argency gonna fall back after some blind fire through a flashbang, and up on heaven it's gonna be who but Togu waiting for Element and the rest of his team to catch up. They have to stay on top of those headshots. They've got the natural firepower advantage, slightly more, considerably more accurate than the Deagle, but they just stay on top of the trades. MVP.Project does. Element does happen to bring it back to 3 versus 3, but there it is. Sign coming in, getting his headshots, but now it's 2 versus 1. Kanimad is the last man standing. He doesn't have much time, and I don't think he has a kit. No, he doesn't. So all the T's are doing now is just playing for time, and that's going to give MVP.Project the pistol round. They've certainly got a strong foothold on the second half now. Second round of the second half, and now we have Mongols basically doing the force buy. This is them trying not to go back to eco. The only problem is, if this fails, then they're going to be in a lot of trouble the next round. I mean, it's essentially, next round will essentially be donated to the enemy team. Even if we were to see MVP.Project, all 5 of them die, and then they get the bomb plant down, it's still going to be just, you know, catastrophic position for Mongols. However, the USP is, you know, slightly stronger than considerably stronger than the Glock, but I mean, we have to be real here. They won't be facing off against Glocks. They'll be facing off against Galils. They'll be facing off against, under any circumstances, Ts with helmets. And for those of you just now tuning in, if you'd like to enter our giveaway, you can just click on the M4 Battlestar skin below this stream window for your chance to enter a giveaway to get it. Big execute coming in for bomb site B, and I don't know why the auto director is waiting so long, but it's just going to be Kanimad on his lonesome outside of B main. Couldn't find an opportunity to use that P250 in his hands. Replanting for an open position. Going to try and abuse their range, and it looks like, I don't know, is Mongolz, are they going to try and hold on to those weapons? It looks like they're not going for the retake at all. These guys are just looking for some exit frags right now, and it looks as though we might have Sound getting a little bit aggressive here. Nice crossfire set up by Dobu and Element, but at the same time, MVP.Project is not going CT hunting today. It is also worth noting that this map was not selected by MVP.Project, but Cobble, which is our next map, was selected by MVP.Project. So that shows that they are at least confident playing on Cobblestone. Ten rounds now, and Mongolz are just going to hold on to those weapons and see if they can make them count. And that, I think that was perhaps only the second time I've ever casted Counter-Strike Global Offensive and seen 10 men alive at the end of the round with a bomb detonating. 10 players, rather. Let's not get sexist in here, right? Come on. Very quiet all across the map. No loud and proud blind fire coming in from MVP.Project. So of course they are on the offensive side, and I mean, you know, why not try and pre-fire these angles or those angles? It's one of those trademark plays that I've seen the Mongolz do on their T side. But hey, I mean, all in all, again, like, this is just the beginning of the season, really. If we were to see the Mongolz lose this, then it's not too much of a big harm, big foul to them. Kanimad now going to turn that corner, get aggressive, and Sign's going to shut him down after losing 48 HP. Entries going in, and that's going to be Element and Dobu able to get 2 to their name, but it's back to 2 versus 2, courtesy of Zokenberg. The bomb hasn't been planted yet, and there's 35 seconds to work with. And guess what? Firepower has just been picked up by Dobu. Now it's 1 versus 1, but he doesn't have... Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Reloading should have revealed his position. He's got 100 HP, and he does it. Takes them one more round than initially expected, but they do actually pull off a win. And they're going to be able to make a full buy here. So Sign is asking for HP, and... or rather, Kanimad is, after he killed him, and it said 50, maybe it was actually, I think, 52? Wasn't too bad, but, again, this is, you know, Mongolz, they can't just do this for one round. They have to do this another round. Because look at how little money MVP.Project has now. Add 1,900 to this, 2,700 if the bomb is planted. That's enough for a quasi-buy at most. 1 for 1 in the trades already. We're going to be seeing AHSK bringing it up to, how do I say this, terrorist territory right now. That is now turning into 2 versus 3. I mean, Element, Kanimad coming in through the smoke. He's going into quad. He's been caught. His position was picked up on just a little bit late there. Now it's back to 2 versus 2, but the last 2 terrorists are in a main. Very nicely done by Element as he does clean up Argency. HHSK, where on earth is he? There we go. Whoa, missed the shot. Oh my. And now Mongolz get the defuse and the win. 2,700 to the banks of terrorist side. Did I read that right? Yeah, I did. At best, it's going to be a quasi-buy this round. there's enough money for AKs, but there's not enough money for armor. Some players have enough for Galils and armor, but I mean, you know, look at what MVP.Project has determined to do. They decided to go with 4 Deagles and a P250. Respectable choice, as this is something that I've seen Fnatic occasionally have success with. Still waiting to see that entry coming in from MVP.Project right now, and whoa, mother of one Deegs coming in from Argency. Somebody hotshot that. Hello, Reddit. Gonna have to see how that goes, right? But I mean, let's not get too cocky here. It's still, you know, considerable firepower advantage for Mongolz. You know, situational firepower advantage there. Sign waiting for, you know, you can hear the footsteps. You can hear the footsteps there. Now he's going in for the flank, and he's arriving just a little bit too late to the party. Element just happens to turn that corner at the right time. Last man Argency is going to be up mid, and is unable to complement what he did earlier to Zuckerberg. Ten to 10 now. Full rebuy coming in from MVP.Project. I mean, ultimately, Mongolz there off the back of that last round. They only lost 1 player, so I mean, they only had to rebuy once. They did make an AWP purchase this round. And at this moment in time, they are not, you know, kind of in the economic gutter. They got some money to work with. It's just that I fear that if Mongolz lose this round, they're going to, you know, pull off some kind of a forced buy, which is not going to be pretty. That means a couple of the players will probably have CZs and armor at best. But what we would see coming in from the MVP.Project would be considerably better, whatever it is. Even if they were to lose, you know, all 5 of their players and win by detonation. It would be, I don't know, maybe not. Jeez. Hard to say. Detonation win 3,500. Okay, yeah, maybe not. Blind fire, and HHSK does get his frag on with Togu. Makes an opening for bomb site A. There's going to be a bit of a rotation coming in here, but that leaves bomb site B wide open. Are MVP.Project going to go for the A execute? It looks like they will. No flanks coming in towards B site, but wait, Element mis-rotating. There's nothing to be seen there. They're all coming in from highway, and now it looks like this round is almost strictly MVP sided. 4 versus 2. They're gonna have to play miraculously for that comeback, or rather the retake, but it's just not happening. Element's been shut down. Kanimad still, you know, in highway. It looks like he could be playing for exit frags. Well, one thing's for sure, this isn't gonna be easy. Jump straight through the smoke. He's rotating everywhere. I think he missed 1 potential target, yeah. It's gonna be Rinda taking him down. Yeah, Mongolz, not going to be a forced buy. It's going to be quasi buy. Each one with a utility and an upgraded pistol. It feels like it's 2 steps forward and 1 step back for both sides. Really, uh-oh. Kanimad. You should hear the footsteps. Peeks out there with the CZ in hand. Tries... I don't know what that was all about, that peek away, but Element does manage to get a refrag and all of this. He's taken down, and it just feels like Project has all the control over the trades in the world. They are in charge of the stock market right now. Side brings for 4-2. Wait, is this about to turn into 4-3? Blind fire. Ugh. Deagle exchange. I mean, it makes contact, but I mean, I think Togu's the only player here with something, you know, that really needs to be saved. And we're talking about, you know, full armor and the deagle maybe. I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to salvage that. But in the essence of being real here, they're only going to get 1900 off the back of this round. Plus whatever money they got for their frags, but... Looks like something of a buy coming out this round, considering we have, you know, Togu at the very least with armor. Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised that we didn't see Kanimad going for a FAMAS and full armor buy, along with perhaps a flashbang or a fragmentation grenade. For those of you just now tuning in, this is only map number 1. Map 2 will be Cobblestone, and I'm not sure about a map 3. I'll check that up later. I'll definitely give you guys the info before we go into the next commercial break, so don't go away. Or not don't go away, but you know, don't fret. Don't fret. Don't worry. Don't worry. Breaker is here to help you. Big 5-man stack on a bomb site B coming in from MVP.Project. All those utilities going in an element. He's waiting for someone to go into checkers. Smoke on top of that. That was Kanimad spotted there. Unfortunately, Zilkenberg was only able to get one before he was taken down at vents, and that's going to be element trying to come in, bringing it back to 2 versus 2, or trying to brings it back to 3 versus 3. But oh my goodness, this is hella confusing, really. Rinda spotted, headshotted. Guess I know my English is bad, guys. Don't remind me. But Rinda gonna get away with a triple kill. Mirage, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Jorsid. Thank you very much. I mean, there was that awkward moment when we saw who in checkers there in that last round, and then it was our MVP.Project player that basically took him down. That's when you know a map is becoming chaotic. So, to be honest here, I think maybe, you know, the roster changes for MVP.Project are for the better, but Zilkenberg showing that he's always going to have his place on the team for Mongolz, no matter what. Weapon switch timing was a little bit poor there, untimely rather, coming in from Rinda. That's going to be Zilkenberg getting another, and another! What on earth? Does he think he's happy or something? Sound shuts him down. And that's going to be Sign shutting down yet another player. I looked at that and I was going crazy, really. Okay, so this is looking like a default coming in from MVP.Project. I'd say, like, you know, the how do I say it? The B presence there is a little bit weak coming in from Sign, but he does, you know, pick it up eventually. And right now what's going on is that, of course, they're just poking around for information, trying to get something out of this. Trying to find out, you know, is there two players here? And basically the one way you can tell that surefire is by seeing either 2 Molotovs, 2 smokes, or 2 frags for whatever reason. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. I mean, like, he's not able to make that assessment initially. I do apologize if you guys hear a dog barking in the background. My neighbors don't know how to keep their animals quiet, but that's going to be Zilkenberg making the opening frag. Looking for that second one. He will take a bunch of heat instead of getting the frag. And throws a flashbang out to discourage any entry coming in from the T side. Zilk does come out to mid and he gets shut down. But HP advantage is there for the Mongolz. Oh boy, Kanimad, he's in a bunch of trouble, and that is going to be HHSK taking bullets from 2 different directions and getting one of the targets before he's shot down by Togu. Dobu, the last man standing, however, and you know, he's having a little bit of trouble just maintaining a positive KDR. That is going to be Argency shutting him down. I'm not sure if Dobu is a stand-in or if he is, how do I say this? If he's a permanent change to the roster. I do know that Machine Gun is most certainly missing from this, right? Because the Machine Gun that we all know and love, he would go, you know, in upwards of 20-something frags by now. Hashtag sick reflexes. But, as it stands for the moment, we are going to be seeing another push towards, and this is match point, by the way, how very dull of me to neglect this, but MVP.Project could actually be taking this map on this particular round. Hello, what's going on here? Thought something was wrong. Okay, here we go. But 4 versus 3 now, as I've missed something in the exchanges, or rather the auto observer has itself. In quad, it's going to be Dobu, but I mean, this is looking more and more like a B execute. Got him out there. He's only got to seize that at this location. He's in a lot of trouble in many regards, but gets away with 4 damage onto Sign Wow. Argency and Rinda still just gonna chill at mid. Right now, the only thing that MVP.Project knows about at bomb site B is the presence of 1 player. It might just be, I mean, he doesn't have the firepower of the other players either. That's the thing. And now bomb site B belongs to them either wittingly or unwittingly. HSK will get away with the bomb plant. It's going to be Rinda getting 1, and now last man standing is going to be Zilkenberg. You know, I feel like, you know, he hasn't had the AWP as many rounds as he wanted to on the CT side here, and it's unfortunate. I mean, I feel as though there was a bit of Mongolz that we missed. I feel as though there's a bit of Mongolz that we had actually missed on this map. I mean, obviously, that goes without saying when you don't have the star player, of course. Machine Gun, also the team captain, but hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Reynad. Just kidding, I'm Breaker. I mean, in some ways, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It feels as though we had quite a few missing players today I wouldn't say, how do I say this? Mongolz just isn't Mongolz without Machine Gun on their team. I mean, it's almost like it's like trying to have a sandwich without bologna or any kind of sandwich meat in it, or, you know, even fish or egg or anything of that nature. It's like having just bread there right in front of you, and it's very difficult to put into words. But we're gonna take things into a short break, and then we'll be back with map number 2, so don't you guys go away.